Every year in September, an Apple event is held and new iPhones are announced. And following this event, since around 2015, a total of 200 to 250 million of these iPhones will be sold in the next year. And while other companies have to innovate a lot to even make a little dent in Apple's market share, many of us still decide to buy a 7-year-old phone for $900. But why? A phone is a tool. It was designed to connect us. Connect people who live in different cities, countries, and continents. As the years went by, it became much more useful though. You can now take photos, stream music, watch movies, and have a completely new life on social media. But with every single year, the amount of new stuff that you can do with your phone is getting smaller and smaller. This isn't anything new for technology. The television serves one use since it was invented in the 1920s, but still manages to stay relevant by innovating year by year and getting cheaper and cheaper. But Apple managed to create an environment where no innovation or price cuts are needed to sell 250 million devices every year. But how? The theory of planned behavior by Itzhak Eisen tries to understand what affects a person's intention to do something. The intention is then directly connected to the person's behavior. The intention, in our case, is buying a new iPhone. According to this theory, there are 3 variables that aggregate and create this intention. Those are perceived behavior control, attitude towards a behavior, and subjective norms. Perceived behavior control was defined by Albert Bandura as follows. It is concerned with judgments of how well one can execute courses of action required to deal with prospective situations. In our case, this means, can I afford the iPhone without it weighing me down financially in the future? Because the iPhone hasn't gotten cheaper in the past years, and the amount of people that can afford it hasn't gotten significantly larger, this would not explain the reason of high sales of a phone which is year by year almost the same. Attitude towards a behavior was defined by Itzhak Eisen as the degree to which a person has a favorable or unfavorable evaluation or appraisal of the behavior in question. In our case, this could mean something like, I need a phone to stay in contact with my family and friends, to listen to music while I run, and to take pictures of my dog. Meaning, having this thing will benefit my life in many ways. But again, a very small amount of people who buy a new iPhone are first-time buyers, which means they already have a phone which can do all of this stuff. Maybe a little worse, but they definitely can. The real motivation is therefore not big enough to grant buying the same thing for $900. And that's why Apple intentionally focuses on the third variable, which are subjective norms. These are defined again by Itzhak Eisen as the extent to which important others would approve or disapprove of their performing a given behavior. So the so-called Apple cult was created because it was Apple's strategy to create it. Their goal is to turn a tool that saves people's time into an accessory which consumes your time by making you think about all the social effects of you buying something and you earning more money each year to buy it. How are you going to explain to your friends that the whole group needs to change platforms just for you to chat together for free? Will you really be the one, without AirDrop, making John open a completely different app just to send you the photos? Will you actually buy a phone you need right now when the new one with the new camera layout is coming out in 4 months? I mean, everyone will be able to tell that you have the new one if you wait. This is not accidental. Apple's strategy is to put pressure on you. As a consumer, you win only when you minimize the subjective norms and try to focus on the first 2 variables. Ask yourself genuinely, will an upgrade make my day easier and can I afford it? Because you are buying a tool, so treat it as such. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you ever realized this pressure or if you, just as I did, felt as a member of this Apple team which you fight for and are part of. I fought with all of these feelings a few months ago when I was upgrading my 4.5-year-old iPhone 11, and I was really tempted to splurge on the new iPhone 15, but then I decided to buy the old iPhone SE, and I'm really glad I did because I saved a lot of money and it does what I need, and it's even smaller, so it fits better in my pocket. So have a nice day, like and subscribe, and bye.